Alright, so for this lesson I am going to show you how to draw a magical treehouse using simple geometric shapes. Now if you wanted to use some organic shapes you can. Just to remind you, these are organic shapes, anything with curved edges, and we have geometric shapes. Geometric shapes are really simple to use to create a building, and that is what I'm going to use. Now, if you have a different vision, I hope that you had a chance to look at the slides of the different magical treehouse examples, just for some inspiration. So if you wanted to create something from your imagination, if you could have a treehouse, if you could have a magical treehouse, what would it look like? And so just think about what kind of features would it have. I am just going to show you a really simple little magical treehouse castle that I'm going to draw, and then I'm going to show you the steps on how to make it into a treehouse so that way it's sitting in a tree. So first things first, what you're going to do is, so here's my paper. I'm going to just draw, I'm going to look for the center. So if this is the center of my page, to show you, actually the center I feel like will be over here. Now just above the center, you might want, so just above the center, I'm going to draw the bottom. This will be the bottom of my building. Okay, so again, I drew a dot in the center of my page. Everybody find the dot. I just drew a little dot just so I know, and then I'm going to just draw up a little line over it. We'll start from there. Okay. Now the tree house, if you look at the pictures, they're not always so straight. Mine's going to be a little bit kind of sideways. If you want yours to be perfectly straight, that's okay too. You can do that. So I'm going to start off with drawing a square. Actually, it'll be more of a rectangle. So again, just a geometric shape. So we're thinking of those simple shapes. Okay. And then if you wanted to make this a little bit straighter. Now if you don't have a ruler, you can just use any straight edge. The dot was about right there. A straight edge. So a straight edge is basically anything with a straight edge that you can use to trace a straight line. You know, I used to even use like the side of my crayons or pencils. You can do that. You can even use like the side of your crayon box if you don't have a ruler. Okay. So now I'm gonna go ahead. I want to draw another shape right on top of here. Now, I am showing you a very simple house made with shapes, but if you wanted to create something super creative using your imagination, please go ahead and do so. Okay, now I'm going to create another part of my house. Big kind of a arch. So I'm going to imagine if I have a little castle in my yard. If you don't want to do a castle, you really don't have to do a castle. If you want to make a really cool tree, there's so many different different tree houses that you can find online if you wanted to try to have a little inspiration, or if you wanted to take a look online, or I have lots of examples in the slides. Maybe there's two lines. Okay. Just using some simple shapes. Ooh, what would my door look like? I'll do another arch, maybe a little window. If you can think of other really cool features. I'm kind of thinking of castles right now, so I'm going to go with that. Maybe some holes to peek through. Okay, so I'll come back to designing my castle. I feel like your castle, or I keep saying castles, your building, your little houses will be even more creative. So please be as creative as possible with your buildings. You can make the coolest houses imaginable. I just made something really, really simple with shapes just to get us started. Now, to start us off with the tree house, with a tree to put for the house to sit in, we are going to draw, see what that dot is? So we're going to draw a big Y. Look at my fingers first. It's going to be a Y. I'm going to draw it lightly with my pencil. A Y. Very simple. It's my Y. Now, because trees are brown, I'm going to take my brown crayon. I'm just going to draw side to side like this, so I can build the trunk of my tree. And you can make it thicker if you want. Just like that. I just can't wait to see what your houses look like. I always wanted a tree house. Now I do want my trunk to be a bit wider. Okay, I think it's good enough. So now what we're going to do, you're going to take your brown crayon and we're just going to soften the edges. And they don't have to be perfectly straight. You know, there's a lot of curves in trees. This is where you can adjust your tree. Just going to darken the edges a little bit. Okay, so now that we have the trunk of our tree, we want to add more branches. Branches are really fun to do. It's just like creating more V's, kind of like this. I find it so relaxing to draw trees. So you just gotta keep going. Now, of course, if your little house had more details, more shapes, it would fill out more. Again, I just made something very, very simple, and I don't want my house to fall over. I'm just gonna create more branches that are holding my tree. can also add leaves to your tree if you want it to be a special kind of tree. Ooh, how cool would it be if my tree house was in an apple tree or a pear tree? Because then if you could sit in your tree house, you could just have a snack that grows. Okay. Again, it's just a lot of curves and V's or Y's, if you will. Just kind of, if you look outside, I mean the trees right now, it's really nice to just look outside if you see any trees to get some more inspiration. That's what I used to do. I just look at the trees, and especially now there's a lot of trees that leaves have fallen, so you can kind of see the branches and just kind of get into the rhythm. Separate shades. You can also go back and color your trunk to make it look more neat. You can add more texture. So I can add a different color. I can add a different brown, some orange, or some black. I can add some black to create more texture with that. So here it is, just to get us started. I just can't wait to see what you guys come up with. So work on this week. Have fun, enjoy. This is just to use your imagination and create something just using simple shapes. I can't wait to see what you come up with. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Thank you.